Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good golly, Miss Molly. Welcome to another of my occasional series, Vinyl from the Vault, where I dig into the pile of records at the back and pick out something that's of particular interest. So, last week we had a great live stream on the show on the channel on It's Only Talk and Roll, where we had a marvelous show about the Kinks, one of my all-time favorite and most beloved bands. Brilliant show, and it caused me to, as these shows usually do, dig into my catalog and pull out some stuff and play it while I'm prepping for the show. And it reminded me of just how great Dave Davies is. I have a number of his solo albums, and I want to talk about one in particular today, which is the album AFL1 3603. Seen here with the front cover with the barcode and the record number as the album title. A little bit of a commentary on the burgeoning technological consumerism with barcoding and so on. So he was a little bit ahead of his time there, Dave. In 1980, this album was released. Now, I've always been a big fan of Dave Davies' guitar playing and his all-round good old lad demeanor. And he'd done a number of... I don't believe David ever had a full solo album release until this album in 1980. Certainly there'd been a number of singles, both under his own name and tracks on Kinks albums, like Death of a Clown and Susanna's Still Alive, which were really Kinks songs with Dave's writing and singing, branded as Dave Davies. There was intended to be an album at the time. I don't think it actually happened. And there was great tracks like the B-side to Sunny Afternoon, I'm Not Like Everybody Else, which is, probably a seminal punk inspiring song that Dave sang on. And of course, that great guitar playing, shredding and thrashing, one of the guys that invented this stuff. So it was, I guess, a bunch of pent-up stuff that in 1980 Dave released, recorded and released this album. And he recorded virtually all of the tracks where the music, it was all written by him, and virtually all the instruments were Dave. There was a couple of tracks where there might have been a session drummer or whatever, but the vast majority was him. All the vocals, all the backing vocals, guitar, bass, drums, keyboard. And I have to say that pent-upness led to what I consider to be a superb album. With, really, I should probably do an underlooked albums show on this one album. I do love the imagery on it, of course, as Dave in prime guitar hero mode. Of course, the Kinks at the time were huge. They were going through a commercial resurgence in the US. Arena rock tours. The low budget album was doing good business and is a brilliant album. So on this album, Dave has a really great collection of sounds. I mean, there's a lot of hard rock in it, fantastic guitars all over the album, different guitar sounds. But there's a lot of hard rock, punk-inspired stuff. But there's also this beautiful, beautiful tracks, like the track Visionary Dreamer is just an absolute stormer, which features beautiful vocals, backing vocals, an aching melody. Just proving what Dave could do when given the opportunity outside of the band. Also, Imagination's Real, another great track with a great guitar sound. Where Do You Come From, the opener, has got some really brilliant riffs on it. As I say, the album could be dissected on its own and one day perhaps I'll hopefully get the time to do that. But, digging this little gem out and playing it again reminded me just, Ray's obviously, no one's going to dispute that Ray Davies is a genius, but Dave is, when it comes to songwriting, but Dave has always been a favourite of mine, and he's got a full set of talents on display here, musically, songwriting, and melodically, I think is most important, but also that great set of guitar tones. It's an RCA album. I'm glad to say that this copy I have had for a long time is in extremely good condition. I have not scratched this one. so I would recommend anybody look this album up, check it out. AFL1 3603 is the album. It's Dave Davies, recorded at the Kinks studio, produced by Dave. It is a fine album that should have a place in any rock lover's collection. So that is today's vinyl from the vault. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, leave a like and all that great stuff that helps on YouTube. Appreciate it very much. I'll be back very soon with more music-related content, classic rock content. So till then, keep on rocking.